You have no idea how good it feels to be up here and to be introduced like that, rather than being introduced as, oh, I would like you to meet Loy Mendonsa's daughter. I've lived a very humble life. I've been brought up by very humble parents, and I'm really fortunate to be who I am today only because of them. Can you hear me properly? Okay, good. I remember when I was, when we're all really young, I'm sure at some point in life someone asks you, so what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, what is your dream or what is your plan? And I remember thinking about it, and I never knew what I wanted to be. I never had dreams, I never had plans. I've never been a planner. My whole life journey has just been one amazing ride because I've trusted the universe and it's brought me where I am today. To answer that question, I remember saying to myself, my answer to myself was that I just wanted to be an inspiration to people. I never thought about how I was going to be one. I never thought about what I was going to do, or I never kind of had a plan, like I said. But somehow the universe, I guess, blessed me with certain things that would lead to that kind of path in life. I remember watching Disney cartoons like we all do when we're really young, and I remember that watching the princesses in Disney, especially when they sang and how nature responded to them, how all the animals came and sat around them, and how colors changed. And I just thought that, oh my God, if I can sing, that means I have magic powers. And I associated singing with magic, magic with singing. And very early on, because of that, I began singing. I started imitating these characters. I used to lock myself up in a room. I still do that today. My parents have no clue when I'm writing a song or what I'm doing. I'm very secretive because I enjoy that. I love my alone time. And I remember I began to write. I remember writing lyrics, dummy lyrics. I remember listening to the melody, trying to imitate them. I remember going to the balcony. I used to live in Thane before, and there's a lot of greenery. I live near the mountains. It was beautiful. And I remember exercising that magic within me. I remember going and standing every evening and looking at the stars, and I'm like, okay, I need to create magic, so let me try and do that. I remember going to the balcony, and I remember singing. The first song I sang was the song from the cartoon Aladdin, A Whole New World, but I didn't know the lyrics. So I used to go and stand on the balcony and sing and sing and sing. And the people on the second floor I had a balcony as well. There were only 2 flats in the whole building that had a balcony. And they used to look at me and think I'm mad. But I just remember the pure joy of, hearing the leaves rustle and hearing the wind. And I kept thinking, yes, I'm doing it. I have that magic within me. So that's how my journey towards music began. It never began because of who my father is. And he much later on discovered that I could sing. And my journey began from there, and I just did it because I loved it. For me, every time I sat in a room and I wrote a song, I was in this world. I created this whole world around me. I remember it was in the first standard that there was a singing competition, and I walked up to my dad and I said to him, like really nervously, I'm like, okay, so there's a singing competition and I want to perform. And he looked at me and he said, where's this coming from? Like, I've never heard you talk about wanting to perform before. I said, what are you going to do? I said, I want to sing a song from a cartoon, from a film, from a Disney film. So he said, what song? So I told him what song it was, and he kind of put it on the piano. He said, okay, let's see what you can do. And I remember opening my mouth to sing, and he was in shock because like, where is this coming from? Like, how do you have this kind of voice? And I just laughed, and I'm like, yeah, this is something I've been doing and y'all don't know about. And what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say is that I just did things because I loved doing things. I never did it because of anybody else. I remember when I was in school, it was very important to me that I was true to myself. Like, my mom really ingrained that in me as a child. She said, whatever you do in life, whatever path you take, no matter what, just remember to be really true to your being. And I remember in school, I really lived up to that. Not like consciously, like, okay, mom said you have to be true to yourself, be true to yourself. It just came really naturally to me. And in school, when you're younger, it's kind of an environment where most people are trying to find their way, trying to figure out who they are. It's those first few steps. And I remember a lot of kids didn't have that confidence. They kept thinking, oh, I'm supposed to be a certain way if I need to hang out with those kids and stuff like that. But slowly and surely, like, people kind of started noticing that, I kind of became a little well-known, not because of, just because of me being me, and a lot of people who had insecurities felt comfortable coming to me and talking about it, because I never judged them about it. I was very accepting towards who they are, and I always encouraged my friends. I'm like, it's okay, you don't have to try and be something that you're not, and you will stand out amongst people. And that little situation right there made me realize that just being me allowed me to kind of get recognized. It was a very unintentional thing, but that's what happened. And very early on in life, that made me realize that just being who you are can kind of get you to places. You don't have to step on anybody. You don't have to use someone's name to get ahead in life. And that's like something that really stuck with me. As life went on and as music chose me to be a part of its, career, that's how I look at it. I feel like a lot of people began to not address me as me because, dad's career took off, and I don't know why they felt the need to always introduce me other than the name that I was given. And I wanted to have a sense of self-worth and, a sense of me at the end of the day. And that was really important. So I never ever went about my life introducing myself that way. And people ask me, they're like, why don't you do it? And especially when I got into, like, when I became a part of the industry, a lot of people said to me, why aren't you using, your family background? Why aren't you doing it? You must. And I just kept thinking, like, why? Like, I believe in myself enough, so don't you all believe in me enough to be able to kind of, get there? And that was something that really bothered me a lot, because I wanted to have an identity of my own at the end of the day, I guess. And yeah, I don't know, coming from like a humble background, didn't feel like, using my dad's name to get anywhere. I believe that success is earned, and you have to go through that path in life to really value it as much as you can. People, I got a lot of criticism for going about things that way. I've had some really nasty comments. I remember someone saying to me that it's really sad that you want to be known as an orphan when you come from your dad's daughter. I didn't respond to it, because it's kind of like a waste of energy to make someone understand. As long as I understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, that's what's more important to me. And I went about things in that respect. I remember when I got into the industry, the other pressure that came along with it was, oh my God, everyone, you're supposed to sound like this, you're supposed to have trained, you're supposed to have done this, you're supposed to have done that. And I couldn't be something that I'm not. Maybe I'm supposed to be sitting in a room for like 5 hours a day and learning like harkats and scales and stuff, but that's just not me. And I stuck to that, and at the end of the day, I guess that kind of helped contribute to the kind of voice I have, to the kind of sound that I have. And I stuck with it. I didn't kind of give in to anything. I may not have get to sing every song in the world, but I get songs that are really fit for me, and today that's like taken me places, And today I get called because of the uniqueness of my voice. I may not be able to do whatever alaps and stuff, but it's simple, and sometimes there's so much beauty in simplicity. I think at the end of the day, I want to be relatable to people also. And it's important that I'm really happy at the end of the day. Like, my parents have always said that to me. They're like, you have to be extremely happy at the end of the day, no matter what, And that's like crucial for me. I know I want to look back at my life and have no regrets. I know that when I look back, I want to know that I lived for myself first and then extended myself towards others. I think that is so important. So yeah, I don't know, people ask me, people think that I've done things really differently. I guess that's why I'm on this stage today. I got asked to be here because someone believes that I did something a little different. For me, I also feel like a lot of kids today, they feel the need to, sometimes I feel like they're a little afraid to just be themselves, or if they're trying to get into a certain field, they feel like they can't do it if they don't have a certain background or something. I just don't think that's true. I mean, I come from somewhere, but I still struggle, like, because I don't take advantage of what I kind of have or where I come from. And it also helps me empathize and understand where people who are not coming from there, I understand their struggle completely, and I kind of enjoy it, because when I get called in for a job and someone says, hey, we want you to come in and do this song, and I do it, and then they find out later, okay, she's so and so or whatever, and they're like, but why didn't you tell us? I'm like, but exactly, you called me because of me being unique, and that's more important to me, and I love that. I don't want you to base your decisions based on where I'm coming from. And my whole career has just been like that. It's been really beautiful. I enjoy it thoroughly. I'm just happy to be me, I guess, at the end of the day. And I just have a lot to thank my parents for. And I just want people to know that it's okay to really do things your own way. You may not have a lot of opportunities, you may not get everything, but it's just important that you're happy with yourself at the end of the day. And you must look back at your life and not blame anyone else for any of your regrets, if you have any. And it's good not to have regrets, I guess. So yeah, that's about it. So since I'm here, I'm just going to sing a little bit for y'all. उड़े खुले आसमां में ख्वाबों के परिंदे, उड़े दिल की जहां में ख्वाबों के परिंदे। ओहो क्या पता जाएंगे कहाँ, खुली है जो पर कहे ये नजर, लगता है अब है जागे हम, फिक्रें जो थी पीछे रह गई, निकले उनसे आगे हम। हवा में बह रही है जिंदगी, ये हमसे कह रही है जिंदगी। ओहो अब तो जो भी हो सो हो। उड़े खुले आसमां में ख्वाबों के परिंदे, उड़े दिल के जहां में ख्वाबों के परिंदे। ओहो क्या पता जाएंगे कहाँ, किसी ने छुआ तो ये हुआ, फिरते हैं महके महके हम, हुई है कहीं बातें नहीं जब है ऐसे बहके हम। हुआ है यूं के दिल पिघल गए, बस एक पल में हम बदल गए। ओहो अब तो जो भी हो सो हो। अब राह में है एक कशी सी बरसी, हर खुशी मिली अब जिंदगी में है जिंदगी सी बरसी। अब जीना हमने सीखा है, था वो पल जिसमें जादू ऐसा था, हम हो गए जैसे नहीं, वो पल जाने कैसा था। कहीं दिल के जाओ तरी तो जहाँ भी लेके जाए आरज़ू। ओहो हो अब तो जो भी हो सो हो, जो भी हो सो हो। उड़े उड़े जो भी हो सो हो। Thanks.